Hello, and welcome to the Align Mind Body Show. My name is Nanette, and this is our first episode together. In today's session, we will be focusing on fundamental body positioning and movements that you will seamlessly integrate into your daily living activities and your exercise routine. We will focus on aligning your posture and creating a strong and balanced foundation for everything that we do. We will then go over fundamental movements, which will help get you strong and flexible in a natural, gentle way. We will finish off with a beautiful seated upper body stretch so you can relax and decompress. And of course, we will incorporate breathing throughout all of our movements today. So set yourselves up. All we need is a mat and a chair, and we will offer modifications so anyone and everybody can join today's session. So go ahead and we will meet back so we can get to work. Let's get started.
Welcome to Align Mind Body. This is your space to reconnect with yourself, mind, body, and breath. Together we'll explore gentle exercises, intentional movement, and mindful practices that are easy for everyone to follow. Each move and breath we take will be rooted in science, helping you feel stronger, calmer, and more present in your daily life. To book a consultation appointment or for more information, contact me at 954-261-4719 or support@thevaulttraining.online. Let's start this journey toward balance and alignment.
So we're going to get started with aligning our posture. So I'll fully guide you through it. Try your best to pay attention to the cues because the cues are going to be very important and it's going to make a world of a difference in helping you execute what we're trying to get through today. So we're going to start standing upright, hip width. And something very important to always start off with is lining up the feet, making sure that the pinky toe is in a straight line with the heel. Now, this is important because this is how you drive your alignment. So don't let the toes point out. You want them to be nice and straight as you are standing and doing all of our exercises and movements. So very important tip. Now, the next tip is to allow yourself to become very tall and upright. Imagine having a string at the top of your head and it's lifting, lengthening you all the way to the ceiling. So try to get as tall and upright as possible. Now your next step is avoiding the slouch forward position. So a great way to do that is by opening the hands, facing them forward, and allowing the shoulders to draw back. So it will look like this by the side profile. Thumbs back, chest open, and all of a sudden your head will balance over your shoulders. This is a strong, balanced standing position. Now, once again, so it can become familiar to you, outer edges of the feet straight, string at the top of the head, making you tall, making you upright. The arms are down by the side, thumbs are back, chest is open. And then here we're going to start to introduce the inhalation and exhalation, where you'll inhale a nice tall breath, allowing you to expand and elevate. Practice for a few more, breathing deeply. Inhalation, exhalation. Practicing this new, important, and fundamental standing position. Allow 2 more deep breaths. The breathing sometimes is one of the hardest things to capture, and you definitely don't want to hold your breath during your movements. So this is our natural standing posture. And I want you to do something a little extra. You're going to imagine putting your body weight back towards your heels. Most of us are shifted a little bit forward. So our weight is onto our toes, our head is forward, our shoulders are forward. So you're going to kind of reverse that by allowing the body weight to draw back. Get tall, get upright once more. Let the shoulders come back. Now release and relax this position for a moment and give yourself a little moment to settle and feel it out. Sometimes standing upright can be challenging for some people, especially if their posture has deconditioned or if you work at a desk. So let's get back to the standing position. Outer edges of the feet are nice and straight, thumbs back, chest open, head balances over the shoulders. Arms stretch back, thumbs stretch back. And we're going to start to gently integrate these fundamental movements. The first movement will be a hinge, which is very subtle. This hinge, you want to drift the hips back and you want to keep your natural lumbar curve. Do not tuck your tail in. Do not crush the lower back. Upright, thumbs back, tilting. Now, we're not doing squats, so you're not bending down and squatting. The legs are long, a micro bend in the knees. And you're going to push this tilt even further. The head balances back, the chest lifts a little. You're going to point those thumbs back a little bit more. You're going to feel those upper back muscles fire up just a bit more. You're going to take 2 expansive deep breaths here. Inhale here deeply for 1. Exhale. Inhale here deeply for 2. Exhale. One more deep breath. And you lift back up again. This is the first fundamental hinge position. Do not doubt it. Just because you're not moving dynamically doesn't mean that the muscles in your back are not working, the muscles in the back of your leg are not working. I am putting you in such a position that you will feel naturally those muscles fire up. Let's go for it again. You're going to make the outer edges of the feet straight, thumbs back, chest open, head back, hinge your hips back, hold those thumbs back, feel those upper back muscles. And then your thumbs are going to stay just like this. If this feels good for your shoulder, you have no shoulder pain or anything uncomfortable, I want you to take it up a notch by letting your arms come out in front of you and the thumbs are going to lift up. Remember, if lifting the shoulders overhead is not your thing, stay with the arms down by the side. If this feels good, you will challenge your upper and your lower back muscles much more, building strength in the low back and the hamstrings in your glutes just by doing this simple movement. Inhale and exhale here. Take one more deep breath. And then release and relax. Give yourself a little break, shake it off. The isometric position of this exercise will tone and strengthen your small stabilizers, your little muscles, okay? This is also very safe if you have some discomfort or tension or anything in the low back cooking, because you're not moving dynamically in a crazy way. So you're able to manage, correct, and fix your position. Let's go for it again. Set up a little bit wider your footwork. This can be done in a narrow position, in a little bit of a wider stance position. Outer edges of the feet straight, thumbs back, chest open. Drift those hips back. Keep that lumbar curve. Draw your chin in. Reach the arms up if you can. Remember, you don't have to. This is for all levels, so stay with the arms down and the chest open if it's too much for you here. Now allow yourself to take another deep inhale and exhale here. And then you will release and relax. Let's go for one more. Hinging, reaching. Breathing. Release, come all the way back up. 2 more. Reaching, thumbs up, hips back. Now it's starting to look somewhat of like a deadlift without, weights. And that's when we get into the topic of that it's strong for everyone. Even if you're a beginner or an experienced fitness enthusiast, this is very good for you. Release and come back up again. Now, we're going to go over lunge position. This was hinge. Lunge position is also very important and it will help you balance any side to side difference. Sometimes we have one leg stronger than the other one's weak. Well, single leg exercises will allow you to strengthen that one weak side. So let's get into our first fundamental lunge position. For the fundamental lunge position, you're going to place the right foot forward and the left foot back. Now step back to your level of comfort. You can step back just like this, which is kind of a short stride. If you feel confident, if you want to strengthen a little bit more. Don't doubt these exercises. Step back a little bit further. But for those who find a little more challenge in just even this position, remember you can stay in that short stance. It's a very athletic stance. You want to be near the chair if you need that support. If you don't need the support, don't worry. Challenge yourself once again. I am going to use the chair for this one to demo. You're going to have your hands here. Your back heel is lifted. Back heel is in line with your pinky toe. No crooked hips, so you don't want your hips pointing in this direction. You want to have a nice aligned lunge position, all right? So once again, no footwork like this. That's wrong. You want this. And that front foot is aligned and straight. All right. Now, if you dare, if you want, you release the chair and you bring the arms down by the side, the thumbs back. If not, you keep those hands on the chair. Hold it here. You're going to create a micro hinge where you're tilting through the crease of your hip. You're going to feel some tension build up into the glutes and the hamstrings. Don't bend your knee too much. The knee, you don't want to push it forward to crush your knee, okay? You want to draw the leg back. You want to draw the knee back. There's only a little mini bend, all right? So none of this stuff, this is wrong. This is going to put pressure in your knee. You want to get it back a little bit behind that ankle, and you'll start to feel that tension in the hamstring and the glutes, okay? Now, step it forward. Let's go through the other side. We already went through one, so it's the same thing on the opposite side. Front foot straight, back heel is up and lifted. Mini bend in that knee in the front, hands on chair. Micro hinge of the hip to drive that weight back, to feel that tension. That is kind of like a combination of muscle tone and stretch. So it's cool. It will provide you with both. Arms can come down to the side or hands can stay there. You're feeling these fundamental movements. From this, you can turn this exercise into other forms of exercise, but you want to master this here. Take about 2 deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Looking strong, staying upright, drawing the chin in, building these stabilizer muscles to help support your big ones. And then step it forward. Feel some nice burning there. And then let's go back. Let's get the right foot forward again. The left foot back. Back heel is up and lifted. Hands on chair or not. Hinging through the crease of the hip. If you want to release the chair and you're ready to go, arms down to the side. Stay here if the shoulders feel uncomfortable, or you can add that layer of tension, thumbs pointing up. You're going to balance your head back, and you're going to imagine wherever you are, whether hands on the chair, whether reaching up or arms to the side, you're going to pull the hip back a little bit, almost coming into a subtle tilt. This is going to increase that tension. And here you are strengthening, lengthening safely without crazy dynamic movements. This is good for you, safe. Bring the arms in, step it forward, switch it over to the other side. We're going to review these fundamentals, and then we're going to do a little quick routine, applying everything we've learned. And then we'll get to the good part, which is the more relaxing stretch, neck, breath work. All right, your left foot is forward, right one is back, front foot straight, back foot straight, mini bend in that knee, hands on chair or not, thumbs down to the side or not, thumbs up or not. The choices are always yours in life. You make good choices when you're working out. So make sure it feels good to you and it's nothing negative. Hold it here, breathing deeply. One more deep breath. Release the arms down, lift the hips and the chest back up if you had the arms up, and you'll step it forward. All right, so that covers the primary lunge position. Let's get into a couple of repetition movements, which is going to help you strengthen and stretch a little bit more. Outer edges of the feet are straight, a little bit wider than your hip width. Thumbs back, chest open. We're going to do 10 repetitions of this hinge, hinging the hips back, pressing the glutes back, pressing the hamstrings back, pressing the thumbs back, coming back up again. For 2, coming back up again. 3, coming back up. 4, lifting. 5, lifting. 6, lifting. 7, 8, 9, and the last one, 10. You're going to hold with the chest open, the thumbs back. You're going to try to keep that chest elevated, even though you may feel back muscles working, a little bit of fatigue even here. I mean, I do this all the time and I feel the work. You're going to reach your hands up. If you want, you have that option for that added layer of tension. If not, the arms down is perfectly fine. 2 deep breaths here, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. One more big one. Arms come back down. Hips and chest come back up. Right foot is forward, left one is back. Now, in this lunge, you'll have the option. If you have any trouble or struggle, you can hold it in that isometric without the dynamic movement until we're done with the repetitions. Or if you want that challenge, do the repetitions. Get them in and get to work. Hands on the chair, hinge through the hip. Back foot is nice and straight, front foot is nice and straight. Keep the hands here if you want, if not, the arms down by the side. And then we go for the repetitions, hinging and lifting. I will demo with the hands on the chair, hinging and lifting. Hinge, 3, come back up, 4, lift, 5, lift. I'm going to do arms down for demo. 6, lift, 7, lift, 8, coming back up, 9, building that tension, that strength and stretch, and the last one, hinging. Now you're going to hold this one in isometric, and then if you want more tension, more challenge, reach the arms up. Palms will face each other, or thumbs up, so you can get them really far up. Take a nice deep breath here. Feel these myself. And then release and step it forward. All right, let's get that left side. Left leg is forward, right leg is back. Back heel is lifted. Hands on chair for demo, arms down to the side if you want to release that chair. Chest is lifted, hinging forward for 1, lift, 2, lift, 3, lift, 4, lift, 5, arms down for demo, coming back up, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Coming all the way back up again, stepping it forward, shaking the legs off a little bit. Once again, you'll feel that strengthening and that stretching in the hamstring. That is normal. These are very important muscles. It's called the posterior chain, and it really helps you to be more upright and lifted when you strengthen all of these posterior chain muscles. So very nice, very good for you. I'm going to throw in a lunge stretch. It's fun, a little extra. Right foot is forward, left one is back. Now, you want to take a little bit of a nicer stride back here, okay? Hand can stay on the chair, or once again, not. So I'm going to demo with the hand on the chair. The right hand will stay on the chair. The left hand will reach up, and you'll lean a little bit to the right side. You're staying upright and lifted for this. And then you're going to imagine turning your left hip a little bit towards the right. You're inhaling and exhaling into the left side of your body. One more big breath here. Releasing, and then stepping it forward. Let's switch it over to the other side. Right foot is back, left leg is forward. Back heel is lifted. You have that nice step. Left hand stays on the chair. Right hand reaches. You're going to lean to the left. You're going to turn your right hip over to the left side a little bit, opening up all of this side body. Reclining back. Inhaling and exhaling here. Gently release and step it forward. One last standing stretch and then we'll get to seated, just because seated is so nice and we're going to get to breathe a little bit more and just really relax. So you'll come a little bit wider than your hip width. You already know, line up the outer edges of the feet. Like I always say, these things drive me crazy. Toes pointed out, completely crazy, drives me. So make sure those feet are always straight. Drive your car straight. Arms down to the side, thumbs back, chest open, pulling the tail back, keeping that nice lumbar curve. You're gonna press your hips back as far as you can get them. Remember, the knees are not too bent. It's not a squat. You wanna get some legs to stretch back. And you're gonna bring your hands in prayer out in front of you. You're gonna reach it over the chair. And you're gonna start to stretch a little bit down. And you wanna pull your body weight away from that chair. You're not leaning forward, no. You're stretching in a backward motion. Imagine lengthening your tail towards the wall behind you. You're going to look down to your toes and you're going to practice your deep breathing, your inhalation, exhalation. 2 more, holding it here, letting the stretch lengthen the muscles. They say it takes 30 seconds of a stretch hold to actually create the length you're looking for in your muscle tone. So hold it here. Some say this is an awesome stretch. I can agree. And then slowly, hands on chair, lifting the chest up. And you'll just move it around, shake it off. This completes the standing sequence. Fundamental lunge, holding that lunge, adding a dynamic movement, hinge position, holding hinge, adding the dynamic movement. And let's get to some nice chair stretches. So you're gonna grab your chair. And I'll also cue you into how to sit nice and upright on the chair. So, because it's going to be necessary for the stretch routine we will be doing. So, now you're gonna come to the tip of your chair. And you're not gonna slouch and tuck your tail in or anything like that. You wanna get upright and elevated. We just did these nice hinges that really helped us fire up the backside of the body. So stay upright, stay elevated. And let's take a moment to just practice a few inhales and exhales. The palms will face up on the thighs. The eyes can close. And you'll take a few inhalations and exhalations here. Your mind is thinking of the breathing, which is a form of exercise. So it actually takes the mind to tell the body to. And together we're going to practice releasing a little bit more. Inhaling deeper, exhaling, sighing out. For 3. 2. And the last one. Relaxing shoulders, lengthening the spine, head balancing back. You're going to reach over left hand to the right ear and gently stretch that left ear to the left shoulder. Now your right arm is soft, the jaw is soft, and you can look a little down and allow yourself to stretch gently to the left side. Try not to clench your jaw. Remember, we hold for about 30 seconds. Inhaling and exhaling, breathing. You can recline the head back. Let the neck muscle stretch. And then gently release. And let's switch it over to the other side. Left palm faces up, right hand reaches, and you'll lean to the side. Inhaling and exhaling, breathing, softening that shoulder, making space from shoulder to ear. And of course, you're breathing. Gently release, interlacing the hands, placing them behind the neck, and opening the chest up, looking up, reclining back, inhaling and exhaling. Two more. The last. Gently releasing, hands on the knees. You're going to place the palms on the knees, widen the stance. It's known as dancing lion, except it's modified. Organic movement, breath, let the body flow. You lean forward, you roll around in circles, and you bring it back to center. Going in opposite direction, rolling the other way around. One more. We meet at the center, arms down to the side, chest opens up. Inhale here. Exhale out. Your last. Hands to the heart center in prayer. We are done for today. Thank you for joining the Align Mind Body Show. Come back next time. We'll pick up with the neck and upper body stretches and seated, and then we'll tune it up a little bit more with the fundamental movements. Come back to this video if you need to repeat, decompress, stretch, or just correct your posture. I'll see you for the next one.
Thank you for joining Align Mind Body today. I hope you're feeling a little more connected, centered, and aware of how your body moves and breathes. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about progress and mindfulness in each moment. To book a consultation, appointment, or for more information, contact me at 954-261-4719 or support@thevaulttraining.online. Be kind to yourself, stay intentional, and I'll see you next